Ooh, 2018, I like you already. This is gonna be a good year. I can feel it. Yeah. Woohoo! This is tough. We are in it for a week. Yes, can't get any better. Hello, welcome to Hawks Recap. Game 39 over and done with, and the Hawks get a big win over the New York Rangers at Madison Square Garden, winning by the final score of 5-2. Did I mention this was a big win? Because it was kind of big. Coming into this game, the Hawks found themselves on the bottom of the Central Division standings. Now, they had a couple games in hand, so point percentage wise they weren't necessarily last place, but total points, they were dead last. And the Hawks haven't missed the playoffs in the last 10-ish years in the Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane together era. So finding yourself at the bottom of the standings, yeah, that's not where this team is supposed to be. And probably a little bit of extra motivation for this team and the players thinking, okay, this has kind of gone on long enough. Time to kick it in full gear. Backs are kind of against the wall. Let's come out in this new year, 2018, and let's go. Now, with that said, even though the Hawks are at the bottom of the Central Division, they're still above 4 teams from the Pacific Division in the Western Conference standings. The Central Division is just absolutely ridiculously packed and good. This is going to be another year of the Central Division Thunderdome, and I'm telling you what, the teams that don't make it out of this division into the playoffs, it's going to be tough because they're probably going to be better than some teams that make it from some other divisions. Now, this is the last game for the Hawks on their current 6-game road trip, and they go into Madison Square Garden facing a New York Rangers team who just came off a big overtime win in the Winter Classic, so they're probably still kind of coming down from that high a little bit, maybe not quite back into that whole arena grind mentality, and this is a chance for the Hawks to really take a step forward into the new year and maybe take advantage of that. At the same time, the Hawks are fielding Jeff Glass in net, making his 3rd career NHL start against Henrik Lundqvist for the Rangers. Ooh, game on. And game on indeed. The Hawks came out in the first period with a sense of purpose, and they needed it. They had great sticks. Defense was playing well. A lot of puck possession. They got 14 shots on goal in that first period and allowed only 6 for the Rangers. However, for the 6 shots for the Rangers, those chances were nerve-wracking, especially with Glass in net. The Hawks had to kill off 2 penalties that Jonathan Toews committed. He did not really have a great first period there, especially early on. Looking like we might just squander a good start by letting in a goal from the Rangers power play, especially since our PK unit's kind of been slumping a little bit. But thankfully, our PK unit steps up and kills both penalties, and Jonathan Toews then comes out and kind of makes up for his mistakes. 16 minutes into the first period, the Blackhawks with offensive zone pressure. Their setup. Osterley takes a shot. It goes off a stick, goes wide. Jonathan Toews grabs that puck and a nifty little between the legs backhand pass to Hinostroza in front, and he jams it home through the 5-hole Lundqvist, and the Hawks grab the 1-goal lead in the first period. Unfortunately, 2 minutes later, the Hawks get caught running around, scrambling in the defensive zone. Nick Holden takes a shot from the point, and it gets by Glass. I don't think he ever saw it. And this game is tied. The Hawks playing really well, but make one mistake, and the Rangers take advantage of it, capitalize. That's all they need, and just like that, a tie game. Oh, just frustrating. Second period, the Hawks come out with a little bit of urgency. Once again, they gave up the late goal in the first period to tie the game. They know they need to get that back. 9 minutes into the second period, Nick Schmaltz receives a great pass from Patrick Kane going into the zone. Schmaltz kind of has a little bit of a breakaway, makes a backhand forehand move, 5-hole on Lundqvist. The puck actually ends up hitting the back of Lundqvist's skate and maybe the post as well. I think Lundqvist actually thought it was in, but then Mark Stahl goes just bowling into the net and carries the puck that was just sitting in the crease into the net before the net gets knocked off its bearings, or moorings, sorry, and the Hawks grab a 2-1 lead. Now Hartman kind of got lucky he didn't get called for a cross-check, sending Mark Stahl bowling into the net. Yeah. Don't tell anyone, but I'll take it. A couple minutes later, the Rangers are on the power play, and the Hawks are just about to kill it off, and then Jeff Glass makes a huge mistake in this game, sends the puck over the glass into the fans for a souvenir, gets called for a delay of game, giving the Rangers a 5-on-3 advantage, and the Rangers would take advantage of it and tie this game up with a nice little nifty play, actually. Cross-ice pass. Zuccarello actually drives the slot area to freeze Jeff Glass, or whoever the goalie would be in that situation, thinking maybe he would get in the slot and rip the one-timer home, but instead the pass goes all the way across the other side. Zibanejad gets it and snipes it past Glass for the goal. Now the Hawks outplaying the Rangers, outshooting the Rangers 26-14 through 2 periods, but just a couple tiny mistakes have the Rangers tied on the scoreboard. It's killing the Hawks, just absolutely just frustrating. Third period begins, and once again the Hawks look like the team that wants this game, comes out with a sense of urgency once again. And then about 2.5 minutes into the third period, Kampf lays the puck off for Sharp on the rush going into the zone, left side. Sharp changes the angle a little bit of his blade and snipes it past the glove hand of Lundqvist into the back of the net, top shelf, and oh my God, that felt good. I may have said a couple swear words along with Sharp's name. That just, it just felt so good to see Sharp finally score a shot like that. He's been snake bitten so much the last 15-ish games. Just ridiculous, hitting a lot of posts and seeing that one go in. You could see it on his face, his reaction, his celebration, going like this. Yeah, he wanted that. He needed that. That felt good, and the Hawks benefiting from that, obviously, taking the lead once again, 3-2. The Hawks would have to kill off another penalty in this third period after getting called for too many men on the ice. And it was dangerous, but luckily they killed it off. The Rangers didn't have a whole lot of chances in this game, but you got to give credit to them. They took advantage of the chances they got, and they looked very dangerous in this game. Jeff Glass made some huge saves, came up big at times. This Rangers team, they didn't really look great, but definitely scary at times. And they weren't out of it. They pulled Lundqvist for the extra attacker and got some really good looks. But the Hawks able to find a way to get the puck out of the zone. And Jonathan Toews buries the empty net goal to seal the deal with a little under a minute left in this game. You could just tell that entire sequence, just the amount of effort, the amount of want that the Blackhawks had to get that empty netter and win this game. It just seemed like the effort was absolutely spectacular in this game, and they wanted this game, everyone on this team. It not only in the empty net goal, but throughout pretty much the entire game. Kane would add an empty net goal with about 5 seconds left, just for giggles, I guess, and the Hawks win 5-2, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, this might have been the Hawks' first full 60-minute game they've played this year. I mean, I can't really say they had any bad time in this game. They made some bad mistakes at times, but the effort was there. They were playing pretty well. They just gave up 6 power plays, and it almost ended up costing them a little bit. But they survived, and they won, and that's all that matters. Now they're going to have to do this again, and hopefully this is a sign of their play to come in 2018. I mean, this was a great way to start off the new year. But up next for the Hawks, they play the Vegas Golden Knights, who just seem to not understand that they're an expansion team and are on top of the Western Conference right now. The Hawks are going to, once again, have to play a 60-minute game. And with that said, thank you so much for watching this episode of Hawks Recap. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts on the game and the team's performance down in the comment section below. Let me know how good it was to see Sharp finally scoring a big goal. That was awesome to see, at least in my book. I would love to hear your thoughts, your reaction when watching and seeing that goal. Like, share, subscribe. It's always appreciated, especially in 2018 here. New year, new you, new me, new office, kind of, sort of. Shelves are up. That's the new thing. So I can make it a little bit more busy behind me. And you can ignore all my facial expressions and just stare off into the distance. But most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you next time.